Okay, yep, I am back. I'm back for another story. Yes, another story. All right, so real recap. No, I'm not recapping. I'm just going to tell you who I read. The other people, the last two people that I talked about was Duke Ellington and Aretha Franklin. We are moving right along. If you want to know about those guys, go ahead and check out that last video I just put up. Yeah, go ahead. And then y'all come back over here. Anyway, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button. Let us know that y'all like it. Come on, give it to us. Give it to us. Don't act like that. Don't be selfish. Go and hit that like button. Anyway, I have here with me oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Baby Jade, Miss Santana, Jamie Santana here. Um, Trying to hold her head up. She's very wobbly. She's a pretty well known kid. Let me see if I can. She might not want this because it's not her passy. I don't think so. This is actually Ebony's passy. All right, so I'm about to read to y'all. You guys, the guy's name is Jimi Hendrix. Now I know y'all ain't heard about him, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you. All right, I'm gonna let you see how he looked. All right, that's Jimi Hendrix, and he was a musician, a singer, and a songwriter. All right, he's born in 1942. He passed away in 1970. Jimi Hendrix couldn't read or write music. How about that? This guy, didn't I just say this guy was, y'all better pay attention. I'm going to keep reading over now. Pay attention. I said he was a musician, he was a singer, and he was a songwriter. But guess what? He couldn't read or write music. That means he self-taught himself. How did he self-teach himself and he couldn't read or write it? Because he had them gifts, he had them hands, and he had them vocals. You guys can sing. If you can't sing, you can probably play an instrument. You can teach yourself. You don't have to be frustrated. You listen to the music, ding, 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 whatever sound good, and start putting them notes together. Maybe a piano, maybe a guitar. Y'all can do that. You can do it. Don't doubt it. Just because somebody else can read paper. All right, let me finish moving right along. All right, Jimi Hendrix couldn't read or write music, but Rolling Stone magazine named him the greatest guitar player ever. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame went even further, calling him the most gifted instrumental of all time. Y'all heard that? Hendrix left his home in Seattle in 1961 to become a paratrooper in the Army. After suffering an injury from a parachute jump, he left the military and started working as a backup musician for some of the best rhythm and blues acts of the time. I did not know his guy served in the military or was trying to be in the military. Soon Hendrix began his short career as a headliner, radically changing how the electric guitar was played and combining rock with blues and jazz. He was popular with white audience even while playing music built on the black experience. What made Hendrix so great? His live performance could be messy and his guitar tone ear piercing, but it was these eccentrics that made him unique. For Hendrix, music wasn't about a note perfect performance, but a search for the truth. He was a nonconformist and part of a generation that was proud to be, we're going to go past that. But Hendrix died at only 27 after an overdose. You know, this is about y'all. I don't know if you guys checked out that I think it might have been my very first video, if not the second or third one. You got to go check it out. I talked about another guy that was 27 and beautiful artwork, just great. But once again, life gone due to drugs. What, I don't know if y'all doing slogans saying don't do drugs. It's serious. Don't do drugs. All right. Now I'm gonna move on. But by then he had thoroughly changed how people thought about music. Hendrix's talents is probably best demonstrated by his performance of the Star Spangled Banner at the famous Woodstock Music Festival in 1969, in which he used his guitar to condemn the war in Vietnam by evoking the sounds of artillery explosions and air raid sirens. Many guitarists have challenged Hendrix's position at the top, yet none have matched his genius in the world of electric guitar. There are two ages, the monochromatic era before Hendrix and the limitless uh, kaleidoscope period after Hendrix. All right. So that's the story about Jimi Hendrix. I'm going to move right along and go to our next person. Now, this person isn't about music. They're not singing music or anything like that. Okay. This is Zora Neale Hurston. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of her. Okay, that's her. Okay. All right, so let me read the story. She was a novelist and a writer. She was born in 1891, and she passed away in 1960. Zora Neale Hurston is now recognized as one of the South's most famous and eloquent writers, but it took a long time for her talent to be recognized. She grew up in Eatonville, Florida, the first all-black incorporated town in the country, where her father was one of the first mayors. Y'all get that? Her father was first mayor out there, okay? Her mother, a Sunday school teacher who encouraged her children to be ambitious, died when Hurston was only 13. She didn't get along with her stepmother and eventually joined a group of traveling performers as a maid. She finally finished high school in her 20s. Just because she finished high school in the 20s don't mean that y'all supposed to finish high school in the 20s. Let me get you right. Finish school where you're supposed to finish school, and you can be moving on doing greater things by 20. All right, I'm going to move right on along. I'm going to get off that soapbox. She finally finished high school in her 20s before going on to get a degree from Harvard University in Washington, D.C. and Barnard College in New York City, where she studied anthropology. Now listen, she might have finished school in her 20s, but she went to college. So y'all need to add that on your list. Add that right on your list. Add that on your list. All right. In New York, Hurston became a central figure in the Harlem Renaissance of the 1920s and pursued a career as a writer and researcher who studied the folklore of Southern blacks. The author of 4 novels, including the now celebrate Their Eyes Were Watching God, 1937 is what she wrote, and the autobiography Dust Tracks on a Road in 1942. She also wrote short stories, essays, and plays. Unlike other writers, Hurston focused on the experience of black women and wrote the way black people in the South actually spoke. Hurston never made much money for her writing. When she died, her neighbors in Fort Pierce, Florida, couldn't afford a headstone, so they buried her in an unmarked grave. Alice Walker, who later wrote The Color Purple, found her grave in 1972, paid for a marker. Now everyone recognized Hurston as an important author who told the stories of country folk. How about that? You guys, that's the end of these 2 stories. I'm not going to go on because I am getting sleepy. It might be daytime that y'all listening to this, but I'm sleepy because it's nighttime. I might have to triple up on these stories, but for now, we talked about Jimi Hendrix and we talked about Zora Neale Hurston. Oh, this thing. So I want you guys to, if you haven't already, go back and check out those videos. All right, you get some knowledge. You'll be able to write reports, even if you do a short report on a couple of stories together. I think that'd be great. You might be doing something that someone might like. They might discover that you've done something that was very talented that they may have figured you couldn't do. Even just speaking about it and asking questions to some adults and challenge them to see if they know about them. I think that'll be good for you guys because that way you retain what you learned. You guys be good, be blessed, listen to your parents, go to school, do great things for yourself, become great men and women when you get older, and teach your children something because you'll have children one day. Other than that, I'm sleepy. I'm going to call it quits, and y'all will see me in all the different, maybe my hair won't be different, but my clothes will be different, and the new baby. All right. instead of Jade. Until next time, I love you guys. You guys take care of yourself. Be blessed out there. And check out that next video. Bye.